CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. We have breaking news off the top. Miami-Dade Police released a statement moments ago. It's regarding the officer involved with the Tyreek Hill incident, identifying him and writing, quote, Officer Danny Torres, 27-year tenure, remains in administrative duties as the internal affairs investigation is still ongoing. We will provide further information once it becomes available, pending the outcome of our investigation, end quote. CBS News Miami's Jerika Duncan has more on the encounter that the Dolphins called maddening and heartbreaking.
They're speeding. Move forward.
The newly released footage shows a Miami-Dade police officer ordered Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill to pull over just outside Hard Rock Stadium Sunday.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Knock on my window like that, though.
After handing the officer his license,
just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Hill then rolls his driver's side window back up while officers demand he keep it down.
Hey, keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car.
Then at least one officer swings open Hill's car door as at least two others force him to the ground.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Damn! Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, Drew.
As he lies face down, one officer appears to have one knee on his back as he's handcuffed.
All right, bro, take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do.
The officers then bring Hill to the sidewalk and order him to sit. But Hill resists, citing an injured knee, prompting one of the officers to come up behind Hill, wrapping an arm around his chest while forcing him to the ground.
I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery in your ears when we told you to put your window down. Bro, chill, bro.
Moments later, two of Hill's teammates pulled up to the scene, including Jonnu Smith.
Hey, man, they got Tyreek, the cops over here beating on him, man.
And Calais Campbell, who would eventually also be handcuffed.
Put your hands behind your back.
Both Hill and Campbell were released in time for the team's matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There was a lack of cooperation from Mr. Hill.
Rodney Harrison, a former police commissioner on Long Island, believes officers acted fairly.
It unfortunately led to a point where he had to be pulled out of the vehicle, handcuffed, and put on the sidewalk while a lot of different vehicles were driving by, and probably turned to a little bit of an embarrassment moment for him.
Hill recounted that moment in a CNN interview Monday night.
I wasn't moving fast because, I got injuries. You feel me? I got things that I go through. I guess the officers, they felt like I wasn't doing it on their timing, but I was doing it. But, man, I'm still kind of shell-shocked from it, man. I'm embarrassed.
Jerika Duncan, CBS News.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Taking a live look outside, more rain today, and that is helping out in the temperature department, but there is a flooding concern. Next Weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler is tracking some slow-moving storms, Cindy.
And these slow-moving storms are producing heavy rainfall, and therefore we've got a couple of flood advisories in effect right now. So overall, it's been very wet today. These storms are making their way this time to the east, even though the flow has been out of the southeast at the surface, but we've got an upper-level flow. It's a light flow, and that's why these outflow boundaries are developing, and that's kind of all migrating toward the coast right now. So there's the rain at this point. Hollywood's still picking up some rain right along I-95, but look at this. We have a flood advisory in effect off to the west there. So this is going to be in effect until 4:15. We've had as much as 3 inches of rain falling in that area, so very heavy rain in those spots. So they're going to see a lot of ponding and runoff still ongoing there. And then we also still have some showers around Pembroke Park, Aventura. That heavy rain is pulling off the coast here right along 826. We've had some heavier rain. Opelika, another shower has just popped up for you. It's these outflow boundaries that produce the lift. You got lots of moisture in the atmosphere, and boom, there you go. And because they move so slowly, that causes the flooding. Just moved through the Homestead area, right over the radar site, so you're not going to see a whole lot, at least right in this area, right where that little hole is, so the Cutler Bay area. But a lot of rain still off to the south across southern Miami-Dade County. We have a flood advisory there also until 4:30 this evening. Homestead, Florida City, up to the Redland area, so you're going to see some ponding and puddling going on as well. Ground is saturated now from all this rain, as much as 2 to 3, maybe maybe 3.5 inches has fallen already today. More of these showers will last into the evening hours, but look, tomorrow we're going to go with a higher rain chance. So that's going to give us at least cooling temperatures too because of the rain we're expecting. Back it off just slightly going through the weekend, and then by Sunday we're going to really drop it off. Some drier air comes back next week. But it really wants to focus on the interior areas away from the coast. So interior, that would be the western areas, and then making their way off into the west side of the state as well. So these little showers and thunderstorms keep going for a few more hours, dying off overnight, and then tomorrow again we're going to see rounds of showers and thunderstorms coming through, and again some of these will be slow moving, so we could see some more of those flood advisories in effect tomorrow. So that's going to be the case. Topping the tropics, we have Francine, tropical storm, still 65 miles per hour, but headed toward Louisiana. This is the latest track from the Hurricane Center. At this point, wants to keep it as a Category 1 hurricane, making landfall by tomorrow night, the way it looks here, at about 85-mile-per-hour winds. But of course, that can change. We don't know the intensity exactly, but we're going to continue to track it. In any case, it'll bring heavy rain to the northern Gulf Coast, and then a couple of other systems out here in the Atlantic. This one now, an 80% chance that this wave is going to become a named storm. We'll see if it does. That will become Gordon, but that is no threat to us here across South Florida. Temperatures staying very warm, hot, humid, with a really good chance for rain tomorrow, and then back it off slightly next week.
In Miami Beach, police are working to figure out who shot a woman several times on the Tuttle Causeway. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner joins us from Ryder Trauma Center in Miami with the latest information.
A lot of questions right now, starting with where the shooting happened. We know where the victim was found. Miami Beach police said where the initial incident occurred is unknown. Take a look at this video that our Chopper 4 captured, where you can see the Miami Beach police and crime scene vans spent hours searching the top of the 195 bridge as you're heading off of Miami Beach. Miami Beach police told us they responded to reports of a woman in need of help, and when they got to the scene, they found her with multiple gunshot wounds. That woman was rushed here to Ryder Trauma, where she is in critical condition. My photographer and I took some video as we were driving over the bridge, and you can see it was a traffic nightmare during rush hour this morning, but it has since opened up. Now, the shooter or shooters are still unknown at this hour, and we are still waiting to learn more about who the victim is. Of course, we will let you know as soon as we get any more information. At Ryder Trauma, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
This field, this game, is a part of our past, Ray.
The iconic voice of James Earl Jones. Hollywood and fans are remembering him today. He died yesterday surrounded by his family. The legendary actor was behind the voice of several iconic characters, including the voice of Darth Vader, as well as Mufasa in The Lion King. He's a member of the exclusive EGOT Club, winning Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, and Tonys throughout his career. James Earl Jones was 93. Actor Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, tweeted, "Rest in peace, Dad," as a nod to his role in the movie. When we come back, a historic launch overnight for space travel. What the Polaris Dawn mission is set to do as crews travel to the farthest place in space in over half a century. Stay with us. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump will meet for the first time ever on the debate stage tonight. As CBS News Miami's Jared Hill reports, Americans are watching.
The city of brotherly love is getting ready for the first face-off between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. The state, a crucial battleground.
I'm interested to hear what both individuals have to say.
This debate is really tight, and they're both very strong candidates.
Some viewers are expecting a spectacle.
Makes for a more entertaining debate when he's allowed to run his mouth off.
Sources tell CBS News Harris's debate prep included studying what rattles her opponent. Trump preferred a less formal approach and has commented on the matchup at rallies.
You know, if I destroy her in the debate, they'll say, Trump suffered a humiliating defeat tonight, no matter what.
Any chance for tit for tat is going to be minimal, with a rule in place to mute the mics when it's not a candidate's turn to talk. but even the commercial breaks will speak volumes.
We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Harris's campaign is running an ad during the debate featuring former Trump administration officials who argue he isn't fit to be president. She's also bringing some of them as guests this evening. Both camps have also been eyeing young voters, live streaming events in vertical video to make it easier to watch on a phone.
I think if the campaigns are smart, they will be working to get their spin of the debate, their best clips, their best moments from the debate on places like TikTok and Instagram.
Getting their messages out in the run-up to Election Day. Jared Hill, CBS News, Philadelphia.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition, and go Falcon.
An historic launch at Kennedy Space Center overnight. SpaceX launched the Polaris Dawn crew to heights not reached since NASA's Apollo program. It ended in 1972. The crew of 2 men and 2 women are expected to reach more than 870 miles above Earth. If the mission is successful, that would also make it the farthest any woman has ever gone into space. The mission will also include the first commercial spacewalk attempt. And don't forget, your Dolphin station has you covered ahead of the Dolphins-Bills game on Thursday. That's starting at 7 p.m. with the Coach Mike McDaniel show, followed by Dolphins Weekly Live. The Dolphins-Bills game is at 8:15, followed by 5th quarter, and that is only right here on CBS News Miami, the official home of the Miami Dolphins. That's your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.